do with these cucumbers? Is that a question or a statement? What I'm gonna do with these cucumbers? What I'm gonna do with these cucumbers? What I'm gonna do with these cucumbers?
If you put a cucumber plant in your yard, you know if you can keep it alive, it's very prolific. What are you going to do with all those cucumbers? Are you going to be the kind of person who tries to pawn off raw vegetables on your neighbor? You could do that, and eventually they may no longer come to the door. Go ahead and throw them over the fence anonymously. What I'm going to do is to make the raw product into something delicious and become a legend to the very people who will bore me otherwise. Let's make some pickles. I have everything I need here to make a simple dill pickle. My Better Homes and Gardens canning Bible, cucumbers, onion, garlic, fresh dill of course, celery seed, dried dill weed, pepper, salt, sugar, a couple different vinegars, and I'll need some water as well. I'm going to preserve my pickles through canning. As I do with all my canning projects, I start with filling my canner, basically a big pot, with water so I can get it onto the stovetop under heat. I have a lot of water to get to a boil, so this saves me time when I'm ready with the cans. I need to wash my raw ingredients. I'll demonstrate with the cucumbers. Basically just run everything under water and brush them off. Much chopping and dicing and slicing to do. I start with the garlic and onion. With the onion, I cut them very finely. These onions are from my backyard garden. They have a lot of flavor and a little goes a long way. With the garlic, I use a knife with a semi-wide blade so I can smash it before I slice it. I start with the onion and garlic because I'm going to line my cans with them before I put the cucumbers in. Here I'm chopping the fresh dill. I use a separate cutting board and try to have the dill start off as dry as possible. Once I cut into it, it releases moisture and basically sticks to everything. Starting off with a dry surface helps combat this phenomenon. I have my onion, garlic, and dill ready to go into the jars. A couple pinches of each will do nicely. The otherwise humble cucumber. I'm going to try to slice them at a pretty uniform thickness. When I put them into the canner, they get cooked. So starting with a uniform thickness helps ensure the slices are cooked about the same. I'll call this a medium thickness. I want some crunch when I bite into a pickle. This cut gives me that. As I get a pile, I start stuffing them into the jars. Time to make the brine. The basic brine is a mixture of 4 parts water to 3 parts vinegar, with sugar and salt added. My basic recipe of 4 cups water, 3 cups vinegar, half cup sugar, and 1/3 cup salt takes care of about 6 pints. Adjust the volume of each ingredient while maintaining the ratios accordingly, depending on how many jars you need to fill. I use some different vinegars just to spruce up the brine and add some color and depth of flavor. I'm using a basic white canning vinegar, some Bragg's apple cider vinegar, and some strawberry vinegar I made for this batch. In addition to the sugar and salt, I'm adding dill weed, celery seed, and pepper. Bring the mixture to a boil, stirring occasionally. The brine has been boiled. While it's still hot, I ladle it into the jars. I fill each jar with about a 1/2 inch of headspace. You can make this step a little easier if you use some type of funnel. The water in my canner is boiling. I drop the jars in and set a timer for 10 minutes. Finished product on display in all its glory. Here's a slide with the recipe. Thanks for watching.